If you use XAML, you'll be familiar with grids. Grids are everywhere and they're great. In fact, I've heard multiple people who work at Microsoft say you should always use grids and only use grids for layout. I don't think that's true. I understand that a single simple answer can be appealing, but even as their argument goes, rendering the UI is normally quicker using grids. That doesn't mean you should always and only use grids. The answer is, as is often the case, it depends. Faster is good, right? So why wouldn't you want the fastest method available? No one wants a slow or unresponsive application. Focusing on performance can be an important part of application development, but it isn't the only thing. Star Wars fans will know that only a Sith deals in absolutes. I'm not calling Microsoft the evil empire, and I'm not calling anyone who works at Microsoft a Sith. But it's important to try and not apply absolute statements such as always use grids when there is ambiguity and trade-offs required. Remember, it depends. If speed is the most important factor for your application, make sure you are measuring and testing that using grids is the fastest. Also make sure you're optimizing all the code. You won't want to spend time optimizing the UI only for the C# code not to be as fast as it could. Sure, all things being equal, faster is better. But are all things equal? Creating software involves trade-offs and balancing the pros and cons of different ways of doing things. Here, the trade-off is between performance and maintainability. People don't like working with grids because they find them hard to understand and then change. If you need your application to be as fast as it possibly can be, then using grids may be the best solution. But if you don't, maybe other controls may be more appropriate. I'm not saying never use grids, I'm saying don't always use grids. I'm not saying performance doesn't matter, but if it does, then measure it and optimize for it everywhere. Use what's most appropriate for the application and interface you're creating, and that may or may not involve grids.